Hi, I'm Anais, the author and creator of Orange Trails. Welcome into the space where we talk about mindfulness, manifestation, meditation, and travel. So today we will be talking about how to be an excellent mindful communicator. What does that mean, and how can that help you improve your relationships and connections with people? First, let's talk about what are the benefits of being a mindful communicator. This example comes from the book Say What You Mean by Oren Sofer. Think about these two scenarios where you got into a heated discussion with somebody, and in one scenario, it broke the relationship. You felt like you weren't heard, you felt like you were being overspoken, everything just didn't line up. Where in another scenario, you've had a relationship or you've had a conversation with somebody where you were able to get over the argument without completely breaking the relationship. In fact, getting over the argument and the misunderstanding made your relationship stronger. What's the difference between these two scenarios, and what helped you in this time? What Oren Sofer says so eloquently in his book and in his TED Talks is he talks about the art of mindfulness communication. With mindful communication, we are listening actively, we are speaking thoughtfully, we are showing up and being present. Here are some examples on how you can be an excellent mindful communicator. The benefits of mindful communication are being able to elevate your relationship and really connect with the person that you are talking to. If you're a person who is surrounded by a lot of people, you order something off of Amazon and you have an interaction with the delivery driver, whoever you are interacting with, you kind of notice that you see people as bubbles of energy that have nothing to do with you. I mean, yeah, you notice you're there, but what's the point in getting into their head or their mind space when you have enough going on within yourself? When we are communicating mindfully, of course it takes practice. It takes meditation, it takes self-awareness. This will always be a common theme in mindfulness practices and meditation habits that I do share on this channel and throughout my blog. Mindfulness is, of course, the focus of being aware and being in your body. When you are present in the moment, you are speaking with intention. It's really great to be able to understand the world around you when you take some time to slow down. So let's start with active listening. Active listening is really helpful in mindful communication because you are able to not only just listen for keywords and really pay attention to what someone is saying, you're paying attention to someone's tone of voice. You're paying attention to somebody's demeanor and how they present themselves. You're paying attention to the words that are not being said. And that is the beauty and the key of active listening. So you know that the eyes are the gateway to the soul. When you are looking at someone in their eyes as they're speaking, you can tell if they're speaking from intention, you can tell if they're speaking from autopilot, you can tell if they're speaking from memory, how they are presenting themselves and what they are really saying to you. I give a good example as whenever we are listening to somebody who is telling their story, or maybe you get caught up in the grocery store who's telling you about their life and what happened throughout their day. And sometimes we may not have the patience to really just sit and listen to somebody really share with us. As you get older, you understand the power of communication, the power of words and connection with others. But when you're younger, sometimes you kind of just go through life and you don't really make the intention to create a connection. So when you're listening to somebody tell you about their story, you can see the past in their eyes. You can see how they're speaking to you, what they're saying, and how it really matters and resonates with them. And when you give this person your attention, you're gifting them this time for them to be able to express themselves without feeling rushed, hurried, or as if what they say doesn't matter. And it's wonderful to be that person who is able to be an active listener. Because who doesn't love being listened to, right? We love it when we are able to talk to somebody who really truly understands us, and that increases communication and connection with your relationships. The next time you are able to practice active listening, keep in mind to pay attention to what this person is saying. And if you find yourself drifting off in your thoughts, remind yourself that this person in front of me deserves my full attention. I will give them the gift of my full attention. And that is the beauty of being a human on this earth, being able to communicate with other people without prejudgment or without really having any pre-notion of what someone is already about to say. You like to be heard, and so do other people. Another thing about mindful communication is speaking thoughtfully. How are you thoughtfully speaking? Well, of course, we talk fast. Some of us, especially those of us who grew up kind of in the northern part of the hemisphere. I don't know what it is about the northern part of the hemisphere, but we've got somewhere to be and we don't have the time to say it. So we blurt it all out, which is fine in the culture. But sometimes we have to take a moment to really pay attention to what we are saying. Oren J. Sofer does say something really powerful in his lectures, to take the time to take a pause. Pause when you're speaking. Take some time to speak a little bit slower. I know this is something that I definitely have to work on whenever I'm communicating with someone, and even with you guys here on YouTube. I really want to be able to convey my words in a way that you can understand and not really misconstrue what I really intentionally want to say. And when I'm able to do that, it means I have to take some time to slow down, take a few pauses. When I am allowed that airtime, I am able to continue to speak and really think about what I'm saying so that I can give you the best information and the best parts of me that I'm able to express. The next time that you are speaking to someone, whether it be for work, whether it be to your friends, to your family, take a moment to take a deep breath. Of course, mindfulness. Here comes another deep breath, and there will always be more as long as we are alive on this earth. Enjoy the breath that you take and be mindful of the words that you say. Take a moment to pause. And if you don't have all of your words, ask the other person to be patient with you as you find your way to express yourself. Thoughtful communication means you are taking the time to really express yourself in a way that gets your point across. And when the other person is practicing mindful communication, no matter how upset or angry you are, both of these practices helps you to alleviate any issue and really understand the other person from their point of view. Lastly, with mindful communication, you want to be present. Isn't active listening already bringing your presence? You've already granted this person the gift of your attention. What more do you have to do to be present? Well, be there. Of course. You can tell when someone's not fully listening, or when they're looking you in the eyes and going, yeah, sure, whatever. You know that they're not really paying attention. So when you're gifting the gift of your presence, you are able to really put yourself in the moment. Give them not only your attention, but your understanding. Let them know that you are here and you are really listening. In the morning time, a great practice to start your day with mindful communication is by brushing your teeth and saying a beautiful word. In the book Happiness by Thich Nhat Hanh, which is one of my favorite books, he talks about just saying something positive over yourself. Another form of affirmations. You can brush your teeth and speak something kind over your mouth. It says, brushing my teeth and rinsing my mouth, I vow to speak purely and lovingly. When my mouth is fragrant with the right speech, a flower blooms in the garden of my heart. As beautiful and wonderful and poetic as that may be, it definitely works for me, and you can choose exactly what you want to say that works specifically for you. As you're brushing your teeth, you can say something that's a little bit more lax, like, I will speak positive over myself and others. And maybe as you're cleaning your ears with Q-tips, you can speak, I will listen intensely and lovingly and with compassion. Be sure to bring presence to the conversation and to the situation. With these affirmations that you say throughout the day, or even as you start your morning, you have already brought your presence to a conversation because your intention is to listen, be kind, understand, and not have judgment towards the other person. Before you've even begun the conversation, you are already in right standing with right speech, have already opened your ears to the loving words or to the criticism that you may receive that you do not take personally, but you do take with understanding. Hopefully, these tips help you to become a more mindful communicator to increase the quality of your connections and your relationships. Be sure to follow the blog, orangetrails.co, for more information on meditation, manifestation, and travel. Thank you so much for today's video, and hopefully you have an amazing, wonderful, and blessed day.